Digimon Tamers is considered by many to be the best Digimon series. While Digimon Adventure has peak nostalgia for me, I would also agree that Tamers is the better of the two. Either way, I think we can all agree that Tamers is great and deserves some kind of sequel, whether that be a season or some kind of film similar to the recent adventure films we've had. Anyway, I wish I could remember my initial reaction to watching Digimon Tamers when I was a kid. Mainly because of just how completely different Tamers was compared to the previous seasons that came before it. Season 1 was Digimon Adventure, Season 2 was Digimon Adventure 02. But then Season 3 of Digimon comes along and it's Digimon Tamers. A completely different cast of characters, a completely different story, and the most important thing for this video, Tamers was a brand new continuity. It wasn't a continuation of Adventure or even a story within the Adventure continuity that just focused on other characters. It was a completely different universe. Tamers takes place in a world where Digimon is a multimedia franchise. You've got your video games, you have your merchandise, you have the card game, and of course, you have the TV show. Yes, Digimon Adventure is a TV show within Digimon Tamers. Does that mean years later when Takado and the others are in their late teens, early 20s, did they get to watch Digimon Try? Or Digimon Last Evolution? Back to the focus of this video, throughout Digimon Tamers there are various Easter eggs and references towards Digimon Adventure. And that is what the main purpose of this video is. Hello everybody, my name is Ben, and in this video I'm going to be going over every Easter egg and reference Digimon Tamers make to Digimon Adventure. I've done my research on the Digimon Wiki as well as other websites, and I recently rewatched the series myself, taking down notes of whatever Digimon Adventure reference that I can find, or at least that I believe is to be a Digimon Adventure reference. So with doing my research and recently rewatching the series, I want to say with confidence that this video will include every single reference Tamers makes to Adventure. With that said, I wouldn't be surprised if there's still one or two that I may have missed. And I also think it's important to point this out before we actually get started. I rewatched Digimon Tamers in the English dub because that's the version I've always watched since I was a kid. And the dub has exclusive references and Easter eggs towards Digimon Adventure. But with all that said and done, let's actually get started, shall we? So in episode 1, let's begin with my own speculation. One of the kids in Takado's class, I don't know about you guys, but he kind of resembles Joe from Adventure. He has a similar hairstyle, he's got the glasses. His whole appearance just screams Joe to me. Later on in the episode, a more well-known reference to Adventure is Takado saying Digi-Armor Energize when he's dreaming about Guilmon.
Digi-Armor Energize.
Digi-Armor Energize obviously being the phrase that the O2 kids use to get their Digimon to Armor Digivolve. Episode 2, Takado starts wearing the goggles, obviously influenced by Ty and Davis. In addition to that, when Takado is first seen wearing the goggles by Kazu and Kenta, Kazu says, "What's with the glasses, Yoli?"
What's with the glasses, Yoli?
Would have made more sense for him to say, "What's with the goggles, Ty or Davis?" But either way, a reference is a reference. Takado also wonders if he's a Digi-Destined.
I wonder if anyone can create a Digimon. Or maybe I'm some kind of Digi-Destined.
In episode 3, a few guys walk past Rika. After realizing that she's the Digimon Queen, one of the guys comments that she kind of looks like Kari, but with a punk rock type of look.
Yeah, I noticed, and she's kind of cute too, sort of like Kari with a punk, sort of edge.
Goggleheads.
I guess if you alter Kari's appearance in Adventure 2 a little bit, I could see a little bit of a punk rock Rika look-alike in her. In episode 7, when Takado, Henry and Rika are looking for Guilmon, Henry questions that maybe the digital world from the TV show is real and they are currently traveling through it.
Maybe the digital world from the TV show is real and we're in it.
Episode 9 has a small but fun one in my opinion. Takado, while trying to get Graumon to de-digivolve back to Guilmon, he comments on how it looked so much easier on the TV show. And yeah, Takado's not wrong. In Digimon Adventure continuity, there was never an issue with a Digimon de-digivolving back to a weaker form.
Boy, this looked a lot easier on TV.
I'm already pushing my luck with YouTube's copyright system, so this next one you're going to have to just take my word for it. In the English dub of episode 10, the music that Rika is listening to is the song Here We Go, the music that plays during Adventure 2 when Digi-Destined are travelling through the Digiport. I believe it also played in the English dub version of the Digimon movie. In episode 26, Kazu and Kenta are talking about if they could digivolve into Digimon. And for Kazu, his name is...
I'm Black War Kazumon!
a reference to Black War Greymon. Maybe this isn't necessarily a reference to Digimon Adventure, and just the Digimon Black War Greymon in general. However, Black War Greymon did have a major presence in the later half of 02, so maybe Kazu is basing the name off that specific Black War Greymon. I personally don't really count this next one as a reference to Adventure, however the wiki seems to insist that it is, so I figured I'll mention it anyway. When Guilmon is possessed by the bike in episode 27, his eyes glow red. Eyes glowing red usually is a symbol of a Digimon being under some kind of mind control, such as when the Digimon Emperor in 02 attaches a dark ring or later a dark spiral on a Digimon. Episode 29 has one of my favourite references to Adventure. We get a very similar scene to the kids from Adventure staying in the mansion, with Ryo taking the Tamers to this castle. As the kids enter the castle, it has a similar vibe to when the Adventure kids first enters the mansion back in episode 8. Then we have the bed scene where it pretty much is the same type of scene with the kids reacting to the beds. In addition to that, the music for this scene is very reminiscent of Digimon Adventure music as well. In episode 34, the Digimon Wiki labels this as a reference. But for me, it just makes me wonder when it was decided to make this into a running gag. Leomon dies in Digimon Tamers, and it's probably the most emotional death we've ever seen involving a variant of Leomon in the Digimon franchise. I can't think of any other Leomon death that was more emotional and more impactful than this one in Tamers. It's so brutal, man. It's like, hey, remember Leomon from Adventure? He dies in that. Well, there's a Leomon in Tamers. How can we call back to the Leomon in Adventure? I know, we'll kill him. Poor guy couldn't catch a break until the Digimon Adventure reboot. In the dub of episode 37, we hear the same cry that Bertramon makes when she's in the middle of her Digivolution sequence during Digimon Adventure from Chu Chaomon when he's attacking with Phoenix Fire. I'm not sure if this one counts as necessarily a reference, but I find it both funny and interesting that Azulomon in both Digimon Adventure 02 and Digimon Tamers is the one that's basically given a history lesson to the Digidestined/Tamers. In episode 48, when Lopmon digivolves, we hear a very familiar sound effect that is used when the Digimon are digivolving in Adventure. In addition to that, we get the return of Black War Kazumon.
Feel the wrath of Black War Kazumon!
So that pretty much does it for the TV show. I believe that is every Digimon reference Tamers makes. However, Tamers did have 2 films as well. So let's look at these 2 films and also see if we can find a couple odd references to Digimon Adventure in there. In the first film, Battle of Adventurers, Omnimon calls the Tamers Digidestined. It's never established where exactly the beginning of the film is taking place. Omnimon is apparently trapped in a different world. I don't think it's even the digital world, I could be wrong. The film starts off with Omnimon fighting Apocalypmon. Interesting way to start a Tamers movie. Also, I can't really explain it, but the film really does give off adventure vibes. I don't know how to really explain it, but I look at this movie and it just gives me a similar vibe that the Digimon Adventure films at the time has. I don't know, this movie in general is very weird. It kind of just ends. Even though I've watched the film multiple times at this point, if you were to ask me what the plot of this film was, I couldn't really tell you. Moving on to the second Tamers film, Runaway Locomon. Great movie, by the way. Don't really have much in adventure references. All I could find was Locomon's eyes being red throughout the majority of the movie until he's finally set free and his eyes turn back to normal. So once again, Digimon's under some form of mind control. How do we represent that? Eyes glow red, of course. You can make the argument that there are a few more unintentional references to Digimon Tamers due to behind the scenes stuff, such as voice actors voicing characters from both Adventure and Tamers. I would probably say the most talked about character for this is Takado's teacher. Mr. Saji is voiced by Lara Jill Miller, who also voices Kari Kamiya from Adventure 1 and 2. But the coincidence doesn't stop there with the voice actress being the same. In the 02 ending, Kari becomes a teacher, and her appearance in the epilogue looks almost the same as what Mr. Sashi's design is in Tamers. But now with all that said, I think we are finally able to end this video. By all means, if you think that there's a reference to Digimon Adventure that I missed, let me know in the comments below. I apologise for how long it took me to upload another video onto this channel. October was a busy month for me. So yeah, I guess I can't really make a promise on when the next video will be uploaded, but I would like to continue making Digimon focused videos moving forward. I have a few others in mind that I want to make, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. With all that said and done, hope you enjoyed this video, hope to see you in the next one, and if you haven't already, give Digimon Tamers a watch. You won't be disappointed.